So let's begin with our today's class. So as you can see the topic in front of you is missing number series. Now, this is one of the very important topic of any government exams, any government job exam. Take about banking, take about GPSC, take about SSC. This topic is very important. 3 to 5 marks questions come from this topic. Now, what is missing number series? See, basically a series will be given. A basic example I'll take. For example, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then a question mark will be given. Now, you have to find out that what will come in the place of this question mark. So, obviously, this is very simple. Table of 2, or you can say even number. So, answer will be 12. Now, the question does not come so easy. So, what are the things required? The basic calculation, that is your addition, that is your subtraction, division, multiplication, your squares, cubes, factorials, all these operations are required in the number series. You will come to know when eventually we'll solve the questions. Now, let us take another example. If I say 2, 3, 5, 7, dash and 13. Now what will come in place of this question mark? Many people will say 9. Many will say it's 11. So you have to identify a particular pattern. Now if we look at this number, there is no common difference. Now what is the meaning of difference? See, if I take the difference between 2 and 3, it is 1. Again, if I take a difference between 3 and 5, it is 2. Between 5 and 7, it is 2. Now see that there is no common difference. 1, 2 and 2 is coming. So the next will be what? Next will be 11. How? All these numbers are prime numbers. Now what are the prime numbers? Prime numbers are the numbers which are divided by 1 and itself. Now why 9 we cannot take? Because 9 will have the factor of 1 also, 9 also and 3 also. So the prime number is a number in which only 1 and itself are allowed to divide that number. No third number is allowed to divide that particular number. Now you should be thorough with the prime numbers from 2 to 100. If I say 87 is a prime number, yes or no, you should be able to tell yes, it is a prime number, or no, it is not a prime number. So 1 to 100, you should be able to know the prime numbers. Now, we'll come back to the questions. See the first question of the day. 25, 49, 64, dash, comma, 75, comma, 75. Now, you have to find that what will come in the place of fill in the blanks. If you look at the numbers carefully, at the first instance, you will say that the 25 is 5 square, 49 is 7 square, and 64 is 8 square. But what about 75 and 75? They are not perfect squares. So the concept of perfect square will not work here. So what will work? How to find the answer? Now, first we will find the difference between these two numbers. See, to identify the pattern, see if the difference is big or small. in this question 25, 49, 64, these numbers are nearby. So these are the closest numbers to each other. So we have to find basic difference. Difference means subtracting the first number from the second number. So if you subtract 25 from 49, you get 24. If you subtract 49 from 64, you get 15. Something you will get if you subtract blank 64 from the blank, and something you will get if you subtract blank number from, or you can say question mark from 75, and again you will get 0. Now what are these numbers? If you look carefully now, 24 is nothing but 5 square minus 1. 15 is nothing but 4 square minus 1. And 0 is nothing but 1 square minus 1. So the missing numbers which will come in place of this and in place of the two boxes. So if you look at the pattern, 5, 4, then becomes 3 square minus 1, 2 square minus 1. So 3 square minus 1 becomes what? 8. And 2 square minus 1 becomes what? 3. So 64 plus 8 becomes what? 72. So your answer will be 72. This was the one question. Next question we'll see. 12, comma, 13, 21, question mark, 1, 1, 2 and 237. Again, these numbers are not so far, means they are nearby to each other. So we'll just find the difference. If you find the difference between 12 and 30, it's 1. 13 and 21, the difference is 8. 21 and this difference we don't know. We also don't know the difference between these two numbers. But we know the difference between 1, 1, 2 and 237, that is 125. Now, what are these numbers? 1 is basically 1 cube if you look carefully. 8 is basically 2 cube and 5 is basically 5 cube. So if you look at the pattern, it becomes 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube and 4 cube. What is 3 cube? 3 cube is your 27. So if you add 21 plus 27, what you get? You get 48 as answer. You get 48 as answer. Now, question number 3rd. 60, 180, then question mark, then 2700. Now, how to get through this? How to identify the pattern? Now see, in the first two questions, the numbers were very close to each other, so we were finding the difference between the numbers. Now, if you see here, numbers are jumping. Jumping in sense from 4 directly going to 12. Okay, this is close by. 12 to 60 is also close by. But from 60 directly going to 180 and 182 directly skipping the one number and going to 2700. That means numbers are jumping. So, if I see something in common, one thing will strike my mind, that these numbers are multiples. That means the next number comes in the table of the previous number. So if I see 4 into 3 becomes 12, 12 into 5 becomes 60, and 60 into 3 becomes 180. Again, 180 into what will become what? So if I look at the pattern, into 3, into 5, into 3, then obviously the next will be into 5, and after that it will be into 3. So what is 180 into 5? It is 900. So answer becomes 900. You can cross verify. 900 into 3 becomes 2700. Question number 4. Till now we have seen 3 types of problem. One was simple difference of the squares. One was the difference of the cube. This question was based on the multiplication. Question number 4. 512, 729, 1000, 1331, 1728, and then question mark. So what are these numbers? Tell me. This is one of the easiest question. If you can think, if you can imagine, this is very easy question. You don't have to find any difference. You don't have to find any logic. If you are able to identify the numbers, if you know the cubes till 15 cube you know, then you are good to go for this question. Any person who knows cubes till 15 will come to know that this is basically 8 cube, this is basically 9 cube, this is 10 cube, this is 11 cube, 12 cube. So obviously the next will be 13 cube. And what will be the 13 cube? It will be 2197. So students, it is very important to know cubes till 15 and squares till 30. Because sometimes direct questions comes like this. And then we stuck and we don't follow the logic. Okay. Next question, changing the slide. Question number 5. Is 2, 30, 59, 90, 125 and dash. Now, how to find out this? There is no multiplication. The numbers are also not squares and cubes of each other. But I can see one thing, that numbers are very close to each other. So I will just take out the common difference. What is the difference between 2 and 30? It is 28. Difference between these two is 29. Difference between these two, 31. Difference between these two, 35. So what will come next? Now, if I see 28, 29, 31, 35 does not make any sense. But what I can do, I can take difference one more time. That is called double difference series. So 28 to 29 difference is 1. 29 to 31 difference is 2. 31 to 35 difference is 4. Now it is making some sense. 1 into 2 becomes 2. 2 into 2 becomes 4. Now again we have to do double of 4, that is 8. So 35 plus 8 becomes 43. And 125 plus 43 becomes 538, 4 to 6 and 1. 168 becomes your final answer. Now, if you want to solve the questions of number series or any math question, then you have to leave the habit of adding it, like 125 plus 43. And then you do 538, 426 and 1, and then you go and write like this. No, you have to avoid that. You have to do 125 plus 43. Directly 5 plus 3 becomes 8, 2 plus 4 becomes 6, and then 1. So it becomes 168. So this horizontal word addition and horizontal multiplication you have to adopt at any point of time. Now question number 6. Question number 6 is 23, 28, 38, 49, dash and 70. Okay, I'll give you 30 seconds time. Let's try. Okay, I'll tell you the answer. If you see, the numbers are very, very close by to each other. So let us take a difference. 23 and 28 difference is 5. 28 and 38 difference is 10. 38 and 49 difference is 11. Then some difference will be there, and then some difference will be there. Now, what is this 5, 10, 11? See, I don't see any common point, or I cannot see any particular link between them two. But if I see this 5 is nothing but 2 plus 3. If I add the digit 20, 23, it becomes 2 plus 3, that is 5. If I do 2 plus 8, it becomes 10. If I do 3 plus 8, it becomes 11. Similarly, if I do 4 plus 9, it becomes 13. And 49 plus 13 becomes what? 62. So basically this question number 6 was addition of digits. Question number 6 was addition of digits. Okay. Changing the slide now. Going for the question number 7. See, find the difference. Difference is 0. Then 2. Then some difference will be there. Again some. And then you are getting 10. Now, what is this 0, 2 and 10? See, this is not following a pattern 0, 2, 6, 8 and 10 because we have only 2 numbers missing. But what if I say, if I write like 1 square minus 1, 2 square minus 2, 3 square minus 3, 4 square minus 4, and 5 square minus 5. It's just a mistake, guys. 45 and 65 difference is 20. Sorry. So 3 square minus 3 becomes what? 3 3 is 9. 9 minus 3 becomes 6. Then 4 square minus 4 becomes what? 16 minus 4 becomes 12. So if I add 27 plus 6, it becomes 33. So answer is 33. Question number 8. 7, 26, 60, 99, 143 dash. Question number 8 in front of you. Directly by looking at the question, we will not come to anything. So first thing first we do, we will find the difference. If you see the difference, it is 19. If you see the difference, it is 34. If you see this difference, this is, what is 99 minus 60? 39. What is 143 minus 99? 44. Now, since you many people are learning for the first time, you will not come to know what exactly this 19, 34, 39, 44 means. But see, when you are good enough to play with the numbers, when you are good enough, to gamble with the numbers, to identify the numbers, looking at the numbers, you will come to know that, okay, this number is this number is this. Looking at this series, what I can see that this number is basically 19 into 1, 17 into 2, 13 into 3, 11 into 4. Now I am able to identify the pattern. See, 19 to 17, 17 to 13, 13 to 11, 11 to, we will go to 7 because these all numbers are prime numbers. See, 15 is not included, that means numbers are prime numbers. If there was 15, then we could have taken 9. So 7 into 5, 47 into 5, 35. And if you add 143 plus 35, you get 178 as the answer. Question number 9. Before coming to question number 9, I'll tell you a few things about maths, few facts about maths. See, if you see a number, a squares, for example, any number, say x, whenever we will find the square, the ending number of the square, okay, the ending number of the perfect square is always 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, sorry, not 7, 9, and 0. 1, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 0. A perfect square will never end with 2, 3, 7, and 8. Always remember this, always. Now, why it is required? Why we should know that 2, 3, 7, 8, if the perfect square is not ending with 2, 3, 7, 8, then how it will be helpful to us? Now, if I say, if I take a number like this, square root of 5929. Now, I am asked to find the square root of 5929. How will I find? See, if you see the starting two numbers, 5929, which is the nearest number? See, nearest number in sense 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. Which square you can find? Which square you can find? See, 80 is the nearest number. What is the square root of, what is the square of 80? Square of 80 is 66,400. Now, 5929 is nearby to 6400. And which one is the previous number? 70. 70 is 4,900. Now, if you see this 59, 59 is very, very far from 49, but very, very close to 65. And what is the last number? 9. Now, if I take the square root of 9 now, I will get only two number its units place. That is 3 and that is 7. Because 3 3s are 9 and 7 square is 49. So, that means my square will be less than 80. That is comes under 70s, and the last digit is 9. So it will be either ending in 3 or 7. But since this number is nearby 6,400, so answer will be 77. See, to find the square root, you don't have to by heart. You don't have to by heart anything. A simple logic is required. In exam also, no, the examiner note that is it takes time to find the square of 77. If I ask you to find 77 square, obviously you have to multiply 77 into 77. That becomes little bit tricky. Tricky in sense lengthy. But you can easily find out the square root of 5929 using some simple logics. So that's why it's important to know that any square is there. The perfect square always end with 1, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 0. Okay. So we come back to our question number 9. And this is also helpful in missing numbers. Okay. You will come to know eventually. 12, 6. Now this is just some different pattern. 6, 48, and 384. See, if you see the number is going, first number was greater than the previous number, then that means the number is decreasing like this and then going back to the increasing side. So if you see how you get 6 from 12, if you multiply half into 12, you get 6. If you multiply 1 into 6, you get 6. You will multiply something, again you will multiply something to get, but how you get 384 divided by 48? What answer you will get if you divide 384 from 48? Or if you read the table of 48, how many times if you read you get 384? You get 8 times. If you read 8 times, now you get 384. Now half is there, 1 is there, 8 is there. That means in between you have to multiply it by 2 and then multiply it by 4. Let us see if you are getting the answer. 6 into 2 is 12. 12 into 4 is 48. Yeah, correct. Okay. So answer number 9 is 12. Changing the slide for you. Question number 10. Question number 10 is 216, 135 dash 150, 186, 161. How you will find out this? So numbers are very close by to each other. First thing first, we will find the difference. What is the difference between 135 and 216? It's 81. Again find a difference. Again find a difference. Again find a difference. Again find a difference. Now see, till now we were doing first number minus second number. Here also we will do first number minus second number. 216, understand this, okay? 216 is bigger than 135, so it will be negative. Then 150 minus 186 become 36 plus 36. Why plus? Because second number is bigger than the first number. Now 186 minus 161 becomes 25 minus. These two numbers I have to find out what it will be. But can you see any pattern? If I see, it becomes 5 square, 6 square, 7 square, 8 square and 9 square. So 8 square is 64. 7 square is 49. Now which number is there? If you subtract 64, you get 135. It is 199. If you subtract 135 from 199, you will get 64. Question number 11. 4, 10, 33, 136 and 4116. Now if you see now, there is a huge difference between the first number and the last number. That means numbers are increasing drastically. So it becomes how to solve that number. If you look here, it is something 4 into 2, 8 plus 2. It looks like 10 into 3 plus 3. It looks like into 4 plus 4. See, 33 into 4 is 132. 132 plus 4 is 136. Now, even if you don't know the pattern, we can now write the pattern. How it is? See, into 2 plus 2, into 3 plus 3, into 4 plus 5, into 4 plus 4. So, into 5 plus 5. So, what will be the answer? If you multiply 136 into 5, you get 680. 680 plus 5 is 685. If you want to cross check it, you can just multiply into 6 plus 6. You will get the 4116. Okay. Moving to question number 12, changing the slide. 1944, 968, 480, 236, 114 and Question mark. Now, how to find this one? Till now we have seen the numbers were always increasing. Now this number is decreasing. The first number is very big and then all the numbers are very small. Now, how to identify this pattern? Now, if someone will think, you must be thinking now that sir, how to identify the pattern? In some places it is cube, sometimes square, sometimes multiplication, sometimes division. Everything you can do with only and only practice and understanding the concept. And if your calculation is good. Now, if I see 968 is almost half of 1944. So why don't I take the half of 1944? If I take the half of 1944, what it will become? See, a normal division you have to do. 2 9s are 18, 2 7s are 14, 2 2s are 4. Now, what is the difference between 972 and 968? Minus 4. You get 968. If I say the same pattern, divide by 2, because 480 is also almost half of 968. So if I divide by 2, what I'll get? I'll get 484. Now 484 minus 4 again becomes 480. So I think now I am getting my pattern. 480 if you divide by 2 again, what you get? 240. And 240 minus 4 becomes what? 236. Now, do I have to check for 236 and 114? No, I don't have to waste my time because these questions are supposed to be solved in 30 to 40 seconds. So, 144. If I divide 144 by 2, what I'll get? I'll get 57. 57 minus 4 becomes what? 50. D is your answer. Okay. Now, question number 13. 35, 49, 63, 77 and 91 and dash. Question mark. Now, how to find for this? If you see the numbers are very, very close by to each other. And this is the easiest question of the day. Till now, we are on 13th question. This is the easiest question. Easier than the prime number which we have done for the first question we did, no? 35 and 49 difference is 14. 49 and 63 difference is 14. 63 and 77 difference is 14. 77 and 91 difference is 14. So 91 and 14 will become what? 5, 1, 0. It was very easy. The common difference was 14 only. It's just like, trial ball type question. Very, very, very easy. You don't have to apply your brain also. Next question. Question number 14. 88, 165, 220, 253 and dash. Now on this question you have to think a little bit, not much, a little bit. So the numbers are very close by to each other, so we will just take a difference. If I take a difference between 165 and 88, it becomes 77. If I take a difference between 220 and 165, it becomes 55. If I take a difference here, it becomes 33. Now what if I find a common difference? See, this is 22. This is also 22. That means again I have to take a difference of 22. This becomes 11. 33 minus 22 is 11. So 253 minus 11 will be what? Sorry, 253 plus 11 will be what? 264. That will be your final answer. So today we solved 14 questions. I showed you how to find the square root of a number by just simply finding the nearby closest square which you know. by just looking at the units place. Today's topic, what we solved was missing number series. In the next class, we'll see wrong number series. Just like how the numbers are missing, in the next class, you will be seeing the series in which all the numbers will be given, but out of that, one number will be wrong. That is little bit tricky. Okay, so please join for the math class next Saturday. Any doubts, please ask in the comment section. Thank you guys. Good night. Have a nice day.